everybody, Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome to those who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. We've got over 475 audios available for your listening pleasure. If you are looking for motivation and or a balance to the way in which you want things to go in a positive direction, then there's a couple ways to reach out. Ultimately, we can connect in a couple of ways if you're looking for that sort of help. The first way is through Twitter at PO Perception, or you can do that through the nature of getting in touch with me through my website here that's listed on the YouTube side of things on the About Me section. And that is a good way to do it as well. But today we're going to talk about motivation and kind of what causes our motivation to hinder a little bit, why we lose our drive. And there's a bunch of reasons that ultimately can get in the way. I'm going to run through about 8 of those. The first is if you have a non-compelling why. If you're living someone else's life or the version of life that someone else, your friends, your family, your parents, your partner, your school, your social group or religious organization believes you should live and you have no passion behind what you're living for or about, then that can be a contributing factor, a huge contributing factor. The next would be if you feel your life is out of your control, if you feel like you're serving too many masters, and that is you never feel like the decisions you make are about you at any level, this can cause a lot of kind of what we would perceive as potential laziness or frustration points of indecision, points of annoyance or frustration, because you're kind of always feeling like you're living for somebody else, you're doing for somebody else, and things are going in the direction of being for somebody else. And so that can be super frustrating and very annoying and kind of, I don't want to say discarding, but it does almost feel like you've been discarded, that what matters to you doesn't really matter to anybody else, and that ultimately things are out of direction and out of alignment. If you engage in the process of what I call the illusion of competition, this is probably the biggest one. Losing one's drive is the illusion of competition that comes either through comparing yourself with your friends, your family, your social group, or social media, which is another one which I'll just blend together here. Predominance of social media or watching what other people are doing and comparing yourself and where you are in life financially, emotionally, relationally, in terms of relationship, how big your house is, how many cars you have, and all of that will make you lose a lot of drive on a personal level because, well, if you're nowhere near where they are and you're constantly feeling like you're going uphill and you're never making the progress you want to make and you're not getting where you need to be and nothing ever changes in a direction where you feel that you can regain your balance, you're going to deal with immense rejection. The next thing is your goals are unrealistic. So proper goal setting is one of the most important things that a person can do for themselves. Proper goal setting is setting what I call 3 levels of goals. Immediate goals, which is things you do within the next few days to a week. Medium range goals, which is something for the next several months. And then long range goals, which is years or longer. And so when you don't have a relationship with the 3 levels of goals, as in you're only thinking about the long range or you're only thinking about that big break, and you're not creating a fulcrum of momentum with your own goals, you will kind of disengage and lose your drive because nothing seems to be changing. When in reality, when you set smaller goals, you reset your brain to thinking you're more capable than you have been in the past, simply through the action of creating a consistent, compelling history and story where you actually are making progress and process, even if you feel like it's not happening. The next thing is to consider the fear of failure. So a person who fears failure or who perceives that they will always fail or fall short of their own expectations will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if a person is constantly in fear of failure, be it mental failure, emotional failure, relational failure, whatever type of failure that exists, they will eventually connect in a meaningful and deeper way. And ultimately, it is important to kind of find a way to balance. Yes, failure is possible, but I can recover. The relationship with resiliency is one of the most important things in all the world, because if we don't have a decent relationship with our resiliency, we get into major trouble. The next thing is the balance in your life. So, if you're constantly working but never taking time for relaxation or your hobbies, or to foster the building of more meaningful relationships, thereby creating a support network when things get off track, you're going to burn yourself out in the long run and have a lot of challenges and a lot of trouble. The last one is lack of self belief. If you don't believe in your own ability to achieve your own goals, who else will, and why would anybody else? This is important because the realization that self belief is at the level of being in a healthy space, and the need for self belief is also a healthy factor, is super necessary. So hopefully this is helpful, and I encourage you keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.